And welcome back to my channel, and welcome back to the town we're playing in Ostriv. Still no iron in our town. That was what we were finishing off the last episode with. We have got to get iron to our city. And I guess for those of you who watched that episode, you kind of got tired of me obsessing about the iron, but it's quite important for the game to continue that we receive some iron from the tradesman because I can't build the iron mine right now, so I'm kind of stuck waiting for somebody to show up at our door with some iron we can buy from them. Hopefully that will be solved in this episode. But this tradesman from Marefa, I think it's called Marefa. It's at least called Marefa in my game. You can correct me if you want to. Maybe I will take the correction or maybe not. But that one do not bring us the iron we need. But I might be able because I have got the sunflower oil being produced over at the oil workshop or the oil sunflower oil factory, which I called it in an earlier episode. We can sell some of that because our finances is going down. It's not looking bright in that area either. So maybe we should sell some of it and get some cash to buy some iron when that time comes. But I did something. I plopped down some of these hay collectors where the people of my town, collects grass and it dries during the summer months, and then it becomes hay for the animals to eat. So we're getting into some preparation for the animals to come to our game, but we're not there yet. Not not at all. And the charcoal for the smithy, that one is also not being efficiently made due to the lack of people in our city. So we need to also get some houses built, and we need to get a move on to get things running again because we have come to a kind of stop point in the game, but it will be solved. I promise you, it will be solved. But as we are not in a hurry to build anything because we can't, it's a great time to just stop and look at the people and the beauty where I place the trees and the bushes and the gazebo and the benches and the people going to and from the different buildings and just things working out in the city as I hoped it would. It's a beautiful city, if I might say so myself. And we're producing food, potatoes, wheat, sunflower. We're fishing. We're doing the things that will get us to last through the winter in case that tradesman that brings the iron does not show up before the winter comes. So that is really, really great. I love it. I just wish somebody would come with the iron for me to buy. And here he is, the tradesman from Balalaika. I don't know how that one either is pronounced, but it's the man. He's bringing iron for us. Oh, finally we can have some iron in our city. And there is actually a person working at the trade post right now. So that means that we can actually both import and export some goods, as this trade man is really my hero at this moment. Maybe it's Balakliya? I don't know. It's Balalaika in my world. It's Balalaika. But yeah, we can buy. We buy a lot of iron at this point, just so that we have, and we can also sell some of the sunflower oil, so that we don't just spend money, but get some money into the city also, because we are we are kind of struggling with the finances. There isn't a lot of money being brought into the city. There is just a bunch of money going out of the bank, to say. So we really need to get a speed on with the trading also, because that is, as far as I know, the best way to raise our funds up so we can have more money to pay our workers. So that is we're trading now, and that is, I'm so happy about this. It's a really good solution, or it's what the game needs to continue right now. And he arrived quite fast, I would say. So now we finally have iron again, and the smithy will have to start working and do some nail producing so that we can produce more houses. If you take a look up in the right corner, there is my queue to where I have put down the next development in the city, and I actually had a bridge there. I think that one is completed now. So we had some nails, but not a lot of nails. But the bridge took almost 700 nails. So it wasn't a really, really big crisis. But without the addition to our iron storage right now, there would be a crisis looming in the distance, or quite close, I would say. But if anyone out there has some solution to the financial situation I'm in right now, because I don't want to raise taxes too much, because the people need money to live, so I can't tax them into poverty, because that means they won't shop at my market stalls, and then they won't have food. And yeah, how to solve the financial aspect of this game without just relying on the trading, because that one is something I still haven't figured out in a good way. I know you can raise the taxes, but is that the way to do it? I know I can also raise the prices for the goods being sold at the market stalls, but if I raise them too high, people will again be out of money, and then they will move out, and maybe moving out, or the people not being financially okay in my city isn't meant to live in my city. But at this point of the game, I need my people. I need them. I really need them. So, any suggestions? I would like you to comment down below so I can maybe use it and try to see if that would make the gameplay more easy, or easier than it is right now, when I have to produce stuff just to sell it off to other people, and then might end up not having enough for my people. So please help me out. And the flour mill is also built up now, so now we don't have any more buildings in queue. And the tradesman from Marefa is actually visiting again. And I think I just forgot that at the point where I was looking for just iron and didn't have a worker at the trade post. So I can actually sell off more of my sunflower oil and some of my buckwheat. I guess it's a good choice, but it's kind of sad to sell off what could also be food for our people. So I can't sell off too much, so this won't help me with the minus red numbers in the budget of the city. But with the flour mill up and running, or it's not a flour mill, it's a windmill, but it makes flour. Yeah. I can now start producing the flour for the people, and then we have another source of food for our people to enjoy during winter. Because I have made some of the wheat, or grown some of the wheat in the fields, and they can't use them without them being turned into flour to bake a cake. Maybe they'll bake a honey cake or something else good during the cold winter time with the flour. So I'll just start up the production of some flour and hope that that is something that people will enjoy. But just look at that animation on that windmill. It's turning as the wind changes the direction, and I think it might also slow down if there is less wind. Maybe not, but it is a beauty, and it creates atmosphere in the city that is just lovely. So this will be this I have decided will be my farming area. I will probably have more farming areas, but this one will be the main farming area that will provide the city with most of its meat, flour, and the goods that has to be developed further from their first production line, if I can say it that way, if you understand. I guess you do understand. But with the flour being produced, I can sell it at the market stalls, which will give me more money into my bank, my city bank, money I can spend. Yeah, at least now they can buy flour. And we're moving into winter. The snow is arriving shortly and it will get colder. But the people, they're happy because they all know that we have iron, we can produce nails, and now we can continue to grow our city and build more. And that is crisis not being a crisis anymore. And I like that. And the windmill, it's spinning around, being happy over there, making more food. And that is actually a good thing because with this food source, it isn't just a food source that we can rely on in the autumn being brought in. It's a food source that if I have enough wheat, it will also be produced in wintertime and in springtime and in summertime, providing the people with flour all year around, and that is something that is important for the city to have a large turnover, I would say, or not turnover, or a production all year around of food, not just in the autumn or fall. And I skipped recording some of the winter, but during winter, the smithy was able to produce nails again, and we placed down the stone mining headquarters to say, and we also placed down some more houses for people to live in. Now we're getting into the limestone and stone industry also, which provides us with stones that we eventually can use to produce, I guess, more sturdier buildings and other stuff with those. What we use limestone for, I'm not really sure yet, but I guess I will dig into that later on and see why I collect it, because right now I'm kind of not sure why I'm collecting it, but I guess I need it at some point. And the bridge is working as it's supposed to. People can now cross the river at this point, and that makes for an expansion of the area where we can build houses and other stuff. And also the area over by the first forestry is clearing up, so I'll soon delete that one and place down some other stuff in that area. And people are working all over town. It seems like most of the people are working in areas close by to their house, and that is also good. I tend to place down houses close to where there are workplaces so that people don't have to travel a lot to get through the place they work. And yeah, also springtime is here. I skipped the winter part. And looking at this now, I see that a lot of my people are too rich. I got a comment in one of my earlier episodes saying that I should raise the wealth tax up to a higher level, and that I also should lower the limit for when people start paying the wealth tax. And that seemed like a really good tips. So I will implement that in a later episode. I do the recordings and then I edit and comment on my videos afterwards. So sometimes I have played quite a lot before I start doing the commenting. So the change and the tips that you gave me in that comment, I will take it into another episode and try to see if that can solve my financial struggles. And please do comment if you have any suggestions on how I could play this game better. And I think I will end this episode here. I hope you enjoy. If you do, please press like and do subscribe. And also comment if you have any suggestions or tips on how I should play this game. And I hope you have a nice day. And I'll see you later. Bye.